We say it is a new day at Kampala Toastmasters Club, and we would like to start the day with you all. Welcome to our vivacious meeting, and we are happy to have you here. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, President Shamim, for getting the ball rolling for this exciting meeting. I am so excited because indeed this is a new day. Now, for some of us, when you talk about a day, we think of the 24 hours that we have from midnight right up to the next midnight. But there is a great philosopher who said that to our Creator, one day is like 1,000 days, and 1,000 days are like one day. So we're not just talking about a day, but we are talking about going through a new season, a new challenge, a new opportunity. And for Toastmasters, we have begun our new year in this month. And so before us lie opportunities to excel as public speakers and leaders. And what better place to have that done in a space that encourages you to be the very best that you are. And so, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, as you've heard, my name is Harriet O'City, and I'm excited about the new days that I have in front of me. And I'd like to encourage you to do the very same thing. And as we go through the next 1.5 hours, put on that new day hat. Be excited about what is before you. Leave behind all the challenges and tough times that you've been through just for these 1.5 hours. And be expectant to learn something new, to go through something great, and to know some new person this day. I'd just like, before we roll into our meeting, to just mention a few quotable quotes, some that have really helped me to embrace this new day. One person said, with the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Isn't that true for many of us? A new day brings to us new thoughts of the future. Somebody else said, I have always been delighted at the prospect of a new day, a fresh start, one more start with perhaps a bit of magic, waking up to something new every single morning. And I do hope that every single one of you is looking for magic in the new day that you're anticipating. So as we go through this meeting, be excited. Be excited because of the possibilities that lie before you. Now, as the Toastmaster of the evening, I do not run this meeting on my own. I have a grand team, and you've already met some of them. You've met our Sergeant at Arms of the day, Toastmaster Patricia Tusubira, and you've met our president. But there are others, and I'd like to introduce them one by one. I'd like us to begin by giving a round of applause through our technology. I know we cannot be able to hear your hand claps, but we do have our technology, we have the reactions. Let us welcome our counter, Toastmaster Barbara Katusave. Barbara, please tell us what your role will be this evening. Over to you, Barbara. Barbara, you're muted. You may need to unmute so we can hear you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Barbara.
Great. I am honored to be your counter this convivial meeting, during this convivial meeting. Now, the role of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or a pause filler by anyone who speaks. Now, during the meeting, I will listen in for overused words, including and, well, so, but, and you know, actually such words. I will also listen in for filler sounds, including R, and R. Now, in addition, I will take note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase, such as I, or this means. And at the end of the meeting, I will report which expressions were used the most. So I encourage all speakers during the meeting to substitute these inappropriate phrases and fillers with a gentle pause. Good luck with your speeches. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Indeed, some of those words when I was growing up, it seemed like was a style when you said, but we've learned at Toastmasters that that is not the way a good communicator uses their pauses in their sentences. The next role taker that I'd like us to welcome is our grammarian. Our grammarian, distinguished Toastmaster Beverly Nsenjiyumva. Please let us know what your role will be during this meeting. Over to you, Beverly.
Thank you. The Toastmaster of the day, Harriet, has approached the meeting in a convivial manner, and that begins my role as grammarian. I'm supposed to assess the language used in this meeting. How appropriately are we using it? Are we enriching ourselves? Are we enriching the listeners as they hear the way we speak? By doing so, the grammarian also introduces a word of the day, which is convivial. And our SAA will share that word, convivial, C-O-N-V-I-V-I-A-L. It's an adjective which means, concerning an atmosphere, friendly, lively, enjoyable. This meeting promises to be convivial, or a person, cheerful and friendly. Our SAA, Tusubira, is not only assertive, but she is also convivial in the way she works at her tasks. That's the word, and I'll be sharing how you have used the language well. Not only what you say, but how you say it. So be careful of that. You may be using rich poetry, but the manner in which you say changes the tone significantly. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Beverly. I'm not surprised that Beverly chose this word because she is a convivial person. Every time I've met her, she's left me cheerful and feeling high in spirit. Thank you so much, Beverly. Our next role taker that I'd like to introduce is our table topics master, Brenda Asimwe. Brenda Asimwe, please let us know what your role will be at this meeting.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. This evening, I am very excited to become your topics mistress. And if you are feeling that the energy in this meeting is convivial, the table topics are just going to take that a notch higher. Just like the title of the role sounds, table topics invite us to think on our feet. It's also referred to as impromptu speaking. So as we go along in the meeting, I have prepared some topics, and when I invite you to speak, give you the prompts, you're expected to start off right the bat and give a speech. You realize that in the meeting we have prepared speeches. So the table topics are not prepared speeches. You're just given a topic and you're expected to speak about it and employ the normal structures of a speech. Should have a beginning, a middle, and an end in just 2 minutes. So watch out for that part of the session, and I look forward to leading you through it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Brenda Asimwe. Now, we have a very important person on the call, and she is our timer. We are all important, but our timer, Toastmaster, is going to let us know what her role is this evening. Over to you, Stella. to let us know what your role is this evening as our timer. Stella? Okay, while Stella prepares to, okay, there she is. Over to you, Stella.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Sorry about that. I will quote Michael Alschuler and say, bad news is time flies. However, the good news is you are the pilot. And this evening, I'm here to make you the fantastic pilot. And my role is to be your timer. My name is Stella, and I will be timing the speakers, the table topics, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left, and I will be using the backgrounds. I'll be using my background, the red for the time up, the yellow for we are in the warning zone, and I will be using, can you hear me? And I will be using green to show you you're in good time. And for that, I would like to alert the icebreaker that we shall be using 4 to 6 minutes, and I will time you at the halfway mark, and I'll time you the next at 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and 6 minutes. I think we also have a speaker. The next speaker will also be timed at 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 4. Table topic speakers, please note you have 2 minutes, and I will be timing you too. Evaluators have 3 minutes, while the roll takers in your reports, you will have 2 minutes. All voting sessions shall have 1 minute, and we shall be given a 5-minute break to interact. I wish you a convivial meeting this evening, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, our timer, Stella Ndiwalana. Now, at Toastmasters, when somebody uses the word of the day, if your video is on, we can snap our fingers or use the reactions with a thumbs up, or let the person who is speaking know that they have done a great job in remembering the word of the day. Now, last but not least is our general evaluator, and our general evaluator is our distinguished Toastmaster, Jesse Aineviona. Over to you, Jesse, to let us know what your role will be this evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Harriet. Greetings to all the Toastmasters and guests on the call this evening. My name is Jesse Aineviona, and I will be your general evaluator. The purpose of the general evaluator role is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting, and I will be taking notes as the meeting goes on, evaluating every participant on the program. Specifically, I will be looking out for evidence and examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. And at the end of the meeting, I will share my report. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Jesse Aineviona. Now, it has been said that public speaking is the greatest fear of 90% of the world population. If you ask anybody what is their greatest fear, they'll most likely tell you it is public speaking. But at Toastmasters, we learn how to speak even with the fear. We do it afraid. And we want to go to the next part of our meeting where we're going to listen to 2 fantastic speeches. We have 2 speakers who are here to just let us know what they have prepared. And to take us through the beginning is Toastmaster Kezi Katawarwa, who will be delivering her icebreaker. And she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Brenda Picho. Brenda, please let us know what you're expecting from Kezi Katawarwa. Over to you, Brenda.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, Harriet O. City. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, it is a new day, and I am thrilled to introduce and evaluate our first speaker this evening, who will be undertaking her icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is for the speaker to introduce herself to the club and have it presented using the standard speech structure comprising an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The speech duration is 4 to 6 minutes. And in this convivial space, I am confident that she will do an excellent job. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise or unmute your videos or use the reaction icons to join me in welcoming our first speaker, Kezi Katabarwa. Do you dance? Do you dance, Kezi Katabarwa? Over to you, Kezi.
Greetings to the Toastmaster, to the role takers this evening, to my fellow Toastmasters, and to all the guests. My name is Sarah Kembabazi Katabarwa, and my friends call me Kezi. And they call me Kezi because they got the first 2 letters in Kembabazi and the last 2 letters and put them together to make Kezi. That's where Kezi comes from. I am very honored to take on this speech today, my icebreaker. And in my culture, the name Kembabazi is usually given to firstborn daughters. And I am the firstborn girl in my family, and so I am Kembabazi. And what that means is the beloved one. The general translation is the beloved one. When I was 8 years old, this is in New York, I knew exactly what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an astronaut. I had to be an astronaut because everywhere I looked, there was a huge promotion about a space launch that was going to happen in a few months. And every station that we watched and all the news and everywhere you looked, there was this huge campaign about this upcoming historical space launch. And it was a big deal because the launch hadn't happened in a very long time. And so we had astronauts all over being interviewed about what is it that they do. And I thought that would be awesome. I need to do that job. The other special thing about that is that for the first time ever in the history, they were going to allow a civilian to go up in space with the astronauts after training. And so after weeks of who the civilian will be, all the excitement culminated in a teacher. She was a kindergarten teacher. And I was in grade school and I was so excited. I was like, wow, that is awesome. And so of course, she was then followed by the media. And then everybody was at her school, all the cameras were interviewing her colleagues and fellow teachers and her students. And it was very exciting because they were going to allow her school and her students to be at the launch pad physically on the day of the launch. So I couldn't wait for the countdown. So with so much excitement, we tuned in for the launch. And as we sat there, watching the TV, on January 28, 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded just 73 seconds into the launch, right before our eyes. And the shock was just unbelievable. The person on the microphone who had been explaining and talking us all through what was happening went quiet and just started shouting. And he didn't have to say anything because we just saw this great big ball of fire that used to be the Challenger shuttle. And the cameraman turned his attention from the ball of fire in the sky now to the audience that was physically at the Florida Space Station, to the students in her class who were present. And I'll just never, ever, ever forget the look on their faces. So I decided maybe being an astronaut wasn't such a good idea. I needed to change my mind about what I wanted to do. So that's how I decided I needed to be an Olympic gymnast, because I was very flexible and could do anything in the gym. Very fast, that turned into I want to be a firefighter. And that was because I like helping people naturally. And I was like, wow, those guys are heroes. Then I watched a documentary about how much weight they have to carry on their backs and go climb upstairs when they can't breathe. And I said, maybe that's not for me either. And so at the end of that journey, I ended up with a conviction that I have to this day. I need to be Janet Jackson. I'm still working on that. I know it's the trajectory from an astronaut to being Janet Jackson. It's a whole other thing. And I cannot be Janet, but forever and ever, Janet will be one of my heroes, along with the firemen and the astronauts that died that day, and still the ones who are there today. How do you know what you're here to do? How do you discover what your gifts are, what your path is supposed to be in this life? I guess as time goes on, maybe feedback from your friends, or you figure it out by yourself. I am still very much on the road of that discovery. Why am I still on the road of that discovery? Because life happens, marriage happened, children happened, and I decided to take time out to start a family, and I chose my children over my career, which is controversial these days, but I chose that. And so now my youngest is 5 years old. My second born is soon going to turn 8, and my oldest in a few months will be turning 10 years old. So I find myself taking a 5-year absence from the world, coming back out and trying to find out, now who am I and what is it that I do next? I have come to the conclusion that I have no idea what's next. I thought, and I thought, and I read everything I could possibly read in the internet. And I concluded the best thing I could do was to personally develop myself, and then discover, once I've built myself up, what my natural gifts are, and take it from there. So while I am doing that, and I do my best to re-emerge with the skills that I am now learning, I joined Toastmasters to improve my speech, my presentation, my relatability, and my enunciation. And I'm doing my best to get out of my comfort zone. I have no doubt that I shall find my way. And as I look to find my way, I have no doubt that I'll find it. In the meantime, I shall dance. Yes, I said dance. I will not lean back on the wall of life, watching it go by as I try to decide what is it that I will do next. I will dance. I will push off from this wall, and I will pull the move in the Janet Jackson video, Rhythm Nation, and hope that my knees hold up as I try to go through life dancing. I will pray with joy and thankfulness. I will dance for the great thing that God has done for me, and for the things that God is yet to do for me. I shall take chances, and I will bounce back when I fall every single time. I will learn, I will grow, and look out into the world with wonder and expectation. I will dance, both literally and figuratively. I will dance my way into my future and new moves and new skills with a lighthearted attitude, and I will move, sidestepping, twirling, doing the slide. I feel a heavy responsibility to give back to my community. My path shall make itself clear, of this I am sure. In the meantime, I prepare myself to be the best that I can be. But what is life without joy? So I have one question for you. Do you dance? That's the end. That's all.
A round of applause, a round of applause. Yes, I will dance. I will dance together with Kezi. I will not sit back against the wall. I'll go out because it is a new day to grab every opportunity. So let us dance. Thank you so much, Kezi. We now want to go to our second speech of the day, of the evening, and that speech is going to be given by Toastmaster Viola Lutara. Viola Lutara is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Paul Kavuma. I'd now like to request Paul Kavuma to tell us what he expects from Viola Lutara. Over to you, Paul.
Thank you very much, our Toastmaster of the day. Many a time when we attend funeral services, when we attend office events, or when we attend award ceremonies, we are called up to deliver a speech in such social gatherings. Those are called social speeches. Tonight, Viola Lutara will be delivering a social speech, level 3 under effective coaching path. In this speech, Viola will be expected to practice how to deliver a social speech. It could be a toast, an acceptance speech when receiving an award, or a speech to honor an organization. In this case, Viola chose to honor and appreciate a group of people. Viola's speech will be 3 to 4 minutes long. Viola Lutara, the ultimate prize. The ultimate prize, Viola Lutara. Over to you, Viola.
I am sure many of us here have heard of the English adage, do not bury your head in the sand. Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests. At the end of 2019, we began to hear of a strange disease which had flu-like symptoms, which started in the Wuhan province in China. Many people in the world even labeled it the Chinese disease. The world at large buried their heads in the sand and behaved like this little child who covers their eyes and says, you can't see me, while peeping from under. The world thought that as long as their eyes were covered, the so-called Chinese disease would stay in China. Hardly had we blinked, hardly had the year 2019 passed, than in January 2020, it started affecting the whole world. In Uganda, the first case of COVID-19 was discovered on the 31st of March. Just like it had ravaged China, it started slowly creeping into our community and began to ravage the population. Not only did it ravage the population, our medical practitioners were not spared either, because they were the first responders to the call of duty. This evening, I'd like to recognize, I'd like to appreciate, I'd like to salute our fallen heroes, the medical workers, many of whom have lost their lives in the quest of saving others. The new vision of 25th, the Sunday vision of 25th, mentioned that over 2,500 Ugandans have lost their lives so far. Of these, 59 were medical doctors. The report is here. Medical practitioners who have succumbed to COVID-19. These gallant ladies and gentlemen did not spare their lives as they went into the battlefield, as they went to the hospitals, as they went into the intensive care units. The 59 of them passed away. Some of them were medical doctors, others were nurses, others were dentists, others were ophthalmologists, others were epidemiologists. It has been said that for every one doctor that dies, 14,000 Ugandans lose someone to take care of their medical concerns. If that doctor is a pediatrician, it means that 80,000 of our children have lost someone to look after them when they are ill. Why would I like to acknowledge and appreciate them this evening? Because they have been working under the most horrendous working conditions. They have been the most overworked and underpaid. We have had stories of doctors working without pay. Even the little money that they needed to be paid, they only received 60% of it. They worked without gloves. They worked without the PPE. The gloves, which are supposed to be disposable, some of them used them for 3 days. Many of them left their homes in the morning and went to look after the patient without knowing whether they would come back home at the end of the day. They did not have opportunity to say goodbye to their loved ones. While in the ICUs, they tried to make the atmosphere convivial to the patients who were there. But at the end of the day, these gallant men and women stood, they served, they sacrificed, but ultimately they paid the ultimate price. They died in the line of duty. Ladies and gentlemen, let us not let their lives be in vain. Let us stand up and purpose to serve humanity. Let us not let their legacies die for nothing. At this moment, I'd like us all to stand up, turn on our videos, and give a moment of silence to these 59 medical practitioners who have lost their lives. Thank you very much. You may have your seats. Even as we remember them, some whom we know by name, some whom we do not know. We salute them posthumously, but in a quest to not allow their legacies to die, let us reach out to the medical workers. Let us reach out to the doctors. Let us reach out to these gallant men and women who are still continuing to fight, sacrifice to uphold the lives of the others. May you rest in peace, our gallant soldiers, and may your legacies live forever. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Viola Lutara. Indeed, as we remember the fallen heroes, the ones that were at the front line during this pandemic, I myself had both my parents contract COVID and had to be in hospital for weeks as they struggled to breathe. And I remember every single nurse and doctor that came through to make sure that my parents were comfortable. The other thing that it teaches me is, again, our theme. It isn't a given that every single one of us will be alive tomorrow. We never know. This pandemic is around us. So what better reason to thank God for a new day each time you wake up in the morning, breathing the air that is around you and not having to have an oxygen mask over your face. Embrace the new day that comes to you every single day. Thank you for that reminder, Viola. Thank you so much. We would now like to move on with our program. And our program at this point takes us to our table topics session. The table topics session is a session that our Toastmaster Brenda Simwe explained at the beginning. And so at this point, I'd like to hand over to Toastmaster Brenda to take us through the next 10 minutes of our table topics session. Over to you, Brenda.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harriet. And it's about that time of the meeting where we get to do table topics. Like I explained when I was introducing the role, this session invites us to think on our feet and give unprepared speeches. But also remember that these speeches should still be structured and they should only last 2 minutes. To start us off, I will give the first table topic to a Toastmaster, Patricia Nanteza, and your prompt is, every day is a new start. Over to you, Patricia. Every day is a new start. Patricia Nanteza, can you hear me?
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you so much. I'll not be in position to share my video. Every day is a new start. It's not what you know that matters, but what you do with what you know matters the most. Has it ever occurred to you that you are the master at your own game? You are gifted. You are the captain of your own ship. Take time and discover who you are. Sometimes what your body and spirit wants is simple. So just wind down and think of that day. Every day is a new day. To see something beautiful, to rest, to taste good things, to feel comfortable, and to have a time where you don't have to think hard or work hard. Enjoy each day and count your blessings each day. Over to you, Toastmaster. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, Patricia. And now I have the privilege of calling on some guests to partake in the table topics. So if I call out your name, please unmute your mic and take on the table topic. And also remember to feel free to use the word of the day, convivial. So our next table topic will go out to Jonathan Osamuki. Jonathan, imagine you've been invited to give a motivational speech to a group of senior 1 students who haven't been in school for the past 2 years because of COVID. What would you say to them? Jonathan? Okay, can I call out Immaculate Virunji? Can you take on the table topic? Okay, Baldwin Okello. I'll repeat the table topic. Imagine to address a group of young students who haven't been in school for the past 2 years and they're still not sure when they're supposed to go back. You're supposed to give them a motivational speech.
Brenda, can you just say that again? There's been some feedback, so I didn't get to hear.
Okay. So imagine you've been invited to address a group of senior 1 students who haven't seen class or been able to study for the past 2 years because of COVID. They need some kind of inspiration and they want you to speak to them.
Welcome back, students. Do you actually remember how to read? Can you write? This may sound strange to you, but it's possible that some of you don't remember these things. This is a new day. A new time has come for you to learn these skills, for you to learn to interact with your colleagues, make new friends, and write letters to the girls in Bweranyanje, because that is what life is all about. Discovering, starting anew, getting new opportunities. And don't forget, If she writes back, you have to reply. If you have a cell phone, you need to be able to talk. And in school is where you learn to speak very good English, not broken English. I mean the Queen's English. She'll be mesmerized. Thank you for making it back to school. I trust that your experience is going to be better than it was 2 years ago. Empty your mind and learn something new. We are happy to have you and we're happy to receive you. Welcome. Over to you, Toastmaster, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, Baldwin. And now the next table topic, I'll invite Jonathan. Jonathan has typed in the chat that he's ready to attempt this. Jonathan, this is your prompt. I looked at her, she looked at me, and finish the speech.
Wow. I looked at her, she looked at me, and wow, that's all I could say. In these times where life is challenged, at the very least, you find yourself reflecting on the smallest things, on celebrating the smallest things, and taking a moment to just take a breath and to enjoy the moment, to be in the moment. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jonathan, for that great attempt. And now on to the next one. I will call on Lillian Musoke. Are you there? Lillian?
Good evening. I'm here.
Yes, Lillian, tell us about the best book you've read this year.
I'm sorry I cannot share my video, but I'll get started. This year began in a very scaring way. Every week, I received news from my family that one was sick and the other is dead. I looked for hope and could not find any, save for the word they call the word of God. This word gave me hope. It brought light. It brought energy and kept me going. I am grateful each day for the word that is light in my life. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lillian. Taima, do we have some minutes for one more table topic?
Yes, Brenda.
Okay, awesome. Okay, our next table topic speaker is going to be Gloria Bala. Gloria, please give me a shout out if you can hear me.
Oh, good, I'm going.
Brenda, there was a hand up in the names of Anne. I don't know if she wanted to give a speech or not.
Oh, Anne. Okay, I can't hear from Gloria, so Anne, please give it a shot. Tell us about your dream job. Anne?
Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I was clapping, but I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. My dream job is, wow. I have many things in mind, but I'll pick one. My dream job is to be an international exporter of herbs and fruits, especially to add value to the fruits and herbs by processing them into organic dietary supplements, which are well researched and well packaged and fit international standards so that they're shared all over in different countries in the world. That's what I would like to do in my lifetime.
Thank you so much, Anne. And with that, that marks the end of our table topics. And I should also add that having the ability to speak impromptu or to, when called upon, to be able to give a speech, a coherent and effective speech, is an essential skill that we should all learn. With that said, I'll hand over back to the table, to the Toastmaster of the evening. Over to you, Harriet.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Brenda, for taking us through that session. Thank you so much, every single person who attempted the table topic. I know many of you have been in that situation where you've asked to be given a speech just on the go, and you've wondered, what shall I say? At Toastmasters, we learn how to speak on our feet, on the go. So thank you so much for attempting to do those table topics. Yeah.
Harriet, I would just like to read out the names of the participants for voting purposes.
Okay, please go ahead.
So we had Patricia. Patricia was the first speaker. Then the second speaker was Baldwin Okello. The third speaker was Jonathan. The fourth speaker was Lillian Musoke. And the fifth speaker was Anne.
Okay, thank you. Would you mind saying that one more time, a little slower? So that people,
Sure.
We're now going into a time of voting for those who are wondering what we are about at this moment. And voting is for Toastmaster members, whichever club you belong to. I suggest that you send your vote for the Better Table Topics speaker to the Sergeant at Arms. Our Sergeant at Arms, if you look in the panel, is she indicated that, okay, it's Patricia Tusuvira. Let me just make sure that we can see Patricia there. Okay, yes, she has renamed herself as SAA Patricia Kathy Tusubira. So please DM Patricia, your Better Table Topics speaker, as Brenda repeats the speakers that we had today. Over to you, Brenda.
Okay, the first table topic speaker was Patricia. The second was Baldwin. The third was Jonathan. The fourth was Lillian. And the fifth was Anne.
Great. We'll just take 1 minute to vote. Okay, 1 minute to vote, and please send your vote to SAA Patricia Tusubira. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for putting those names in the chat. They're right there: Patricia, Baldwin, Jonathan, Lillian, and Anne. 1 minute, actually now about 30 seconds left for you to choose your Better Table Topics speaker. Okay, now in our break, we're going to do something different, and I'd like us to be ready. We're going to have a bit of musical chairs, I know we don't have chairs right here, but we're going to imagine that we have musical chairs. And like every single one of us, to think of how they would describe themselves with the first letter of their first name. For example, I describe myself as Happy Harriet, okay? I am Happy Harriet. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds, everyone on the call, to think of a way in which you'd like to describe yourself in this new day. And when the music plays, depending on where the music stops on my participant channel, I'll just pick out one of you and you just state what it is that you'd like to describe yourself as in this new day. I hope we have got that. Okay, so I am going to share my screen and the music is going to flow right now. Keep thinking, how would you like to describe yourself by the first letter of your first name. Now the music is going, the music is going. You're moving around those chairs. Can you imagine yourself moving around those chairs? And my participant channel is actually moving around and it's about to stop right about now. And it has fallen on, who wants to know where it's fallen on? Patilda Baluka Gabriela. Patilda Baluka Gabriela, please describe yourself with the first letter of your first name. Over to you, Patricia. Just unmute and let us know how you like to describe yourself. Okay, Patricia has missed. Yes. Did I hear Patricia?
Proactive Patricia.
Proactive Patricia. Give Patricia
yes,
a
this is Patricia Nanteza, and it's Proactive Patricia.
Proactive Patricia, great. So the music is moving again. The music is moving again. Let's see where it's going to fall. Let's see where it's going to fall. On whom is it falling right now? Okay, my goodness, the music has fallen and stopped right here. Marvin Turinawe, Marvin Turinawe. How would you describe yourself with the first letter of your first name? Let's hear from Marvin.
Marvelous Marvin.
Marvelous Marvin. Wow, a round of applause for Marvin. Marvin, can we see your picture, Marvin? And see how marvelous you look. Put your video on. We'd like to see what Marvelous Marvin looks like. I hope the SAA can spotlight Marvelous Marvin. Okay, while that is being done. Oh, there you go. There is Marvelous Marvin. It's great to have you, Marvin. Are you a guest?
Yes, I'm a guest. This is my first time to attend.
Wow, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. I'm much humbled.
Great. We're going to do one more time, The music, the music is going to start right now, and please be ready. It could be you. It could be you that the music stops to allow you to let us know how you would describe your. There goes the music. Let me see where it's going to stop. It's moving round, it's moving round, it's moving round. It's about to stop. It's about to stop, and it stops at Vanessa. Vanessa, how would you describe yourself with the first letter of your first name? Over to you, Vanessa. Vanessa? If Vanessa,
yes, please,
doesn't take it, I'll take the, okay, there you go. Yes, Vanessa.
Yes, I came in late. I'm just seeing people being mentioned. Vivacious.
Vanessa,
Go with vivacious.
Vanessa.
Yes. Yes.
Vivacious, vivacious Vanessa. Wow,
Yes.
round of applause for Vanessa.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for taking part in this musical chairs. We have 30 seconds left, and I'd like us just to interact in those 30 seconds. If there's somebody you see on the call that you recognize, you can call them out. And it's great to see you here on this call. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for trying the table topics.
Thank you, Harriet. Thank you for inviting me. I'm enjoying it and seeing other people.
Great. Thank you. Baldwin, long time. Toastmaster Baldwin. I'm sure you suddenly appeared because it is Harriet who is the Toastmaster for the evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Great, good. It's great to have you here. Patricia from Muntinda. Great to have you here. It's been quite a while.
Thank you so much, Harriet.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Our time is up, and so we'll go to our next session. And our next session, or before we go to our next session, let me just let you know who our better table topics speaker was. Now, all of us were great speakers, but there's always one that is better than the others. And I'd like us to give a great round of applause to Baldwin Okello, who has been voted the better table topics speaker of the evening. A round of applause, a round of applause. Let's see those hands, let's see those hands. I want to see those hands, great. And there is your certificate, Baldwin. There's your certificate, Baldwin. Well done, well done, well done. Those of you who don't know, I think Baldwin, you've been taking a table topics contest, haven't you? And you've always given us great speeches. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well done, well done. Well done, and well done to all the rest who did attempt. It's one thing to say you can, it's another thing to actually take the step. Because like I mentioned at the beginning, it's a new day. Take the opportunity, grab those opportunities, do what you've never done before, and for sure, you will be surprised at what you can do. Great. I would now like to call out the general evaluator, our general evaluator. I'd like to hand over to our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Jesse Aineviona, to take us through the next session when we listen to reports. Over to you, Jesse.
Thank you. Thank you, our vivacious Toastmaster of the day, Harriet. You're doing a fantastic job. And we'd just like to carry on with our meeting by inviting our evaluators. And I would like to start with Brenda Picho, who was evaluating Kezi. So over to you, Brenda.
Thank you, General Evaluator Jesse. You can speak well if your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. That's a quote by John Ford. I felt it befitting to share that quote with you, Kezi, because you spoke well. Your tongue delivered the message.
Brenda,
you're muted. Please unmute.
Thank you for informing me. I really was speaking to myself. Allow me to rewind and begin again. You can speak well if your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. That's a quote by John Ford. I felt it befitting to share that quote with you, Kezi, because you spoke well. Your tongue delivered the message of your heart. Your introduction ushered us in with you sharing the meaning of your powerful name, Kezi. Then you took us on an exciting journey from your childhood, where we got to know that you did not study from our beloved country, Uganda, at grade school. And you got the thrilling opportunity to view the space launch in the United States of America. You kept taking it a notch higher and higher as you weaved in humor in your speech, telling us how you transitioned through your career ambitions from an astronaut to an Olympic gymnast to a firefighter, and more hilariously, your need to be Janet Jackson. Very, very funny. I got tickled. And you made it crystal clear that you are still on your road to self-discovery. Kezi, your eye contact was excellent. Your vocal variety in changing the tone where it needed to be changed was phenomenal. You really seemed comfortable in this convivial space and you used your hand gestures appropriately. Like every good speech, there is always room to make it great. And I suggest that in your next speech, you could take a chance and deliver it while standing. I also noted you kept moving a gadget back and forth. I was a bit confused because I thought it was maybe part of the speech. We need your undivided attention. Timer, how much time did Kezi take? Timer, how much time did Kezi take in her speech? Well, as this timer gets to tell us that, yes, please.
Okay. I think it was 5 minutes.
Oh, is that you, Kezi? 5 minutes. Okay, yes. If it was 5 minutes, then it was within the time allotted, which was between 4 to 6 minutes. So well done in keeping within the time allocated. You ended your speech with a question that made us all feel part of your speech to respond if we dance. Thank you for that. Kezi, I look forward to more epic speeches from you and keep on the great work. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. Well done. Excellent evaluation. I'd now like to invite Paul Kavma, who was evaluating Viola Lutara. So over to you, Paul.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Jesse. We all know of someone, or we are related to someone, or have at least heard of someone we know that has paid the ultimate price. So I believe the choice of topic that Viola went with was one that the audience could easily relate with. Thank you for that choice of topic, Viola. Viola's speech, the purpose of the speech was to honor and appreciate a group of people. And I believe she has achieved the objective of this speech because of my following remarks. To begin with, she gave us a brief history of how COVID-19 started, and it seemed like it was far away from us. And then she built a story and showed us how it came closer to us. Great choice of topic, and secondly, great use of researched information. She shared with us facts, figures, and anecdotes of her researched information. With statements like, in the New Vision newspaper on the 25th day, they published a number of gallant ladies and gentlemen who had lost their lives. And from that number, one doctor meant that 14,000 Ugandans had lost out on medical services. Wow. It made it easy for us to understand the impact that these medical people had on our lives. The mood. Different social speeches require different moods. When you're celebrating, you have to have excitement. But when you are trying to give respect to people who have lost their lives, it calls for a different mood. The mood that shows respect, humility, and conviction. And Viola clearly expressed that in her vocal variety. From her tempo, we could tell that she had conviction when she mentioned statements like, in a quest not to allow their legacy to die out, let us reach out to the remaining medical workers. Great job. Like any other Toastmasters speech, there is still room for improvement. And in this case, I felt starting your speech with a cliche, do not bury your head in the sand, kind of took away from the quality of your delivery. I would like to advise that the next time you could consider thinking of a statement that glues your audience into your speech. When you avoid cliches, it shows that you have more conviction when you use an original statement. Well done, Viola. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. We'll now be moving on to our reports from the roll takers. And as per the agenda, it was supposed to be the timer first, but because the timer is supposed to be also timing the accountant and the grammarian, permit me to begin with the accountant. So the accountant, I will invite you to share with us your report. Barbara? Barbara, you're muted. Kindly unmute. Yes. No, you're still okay. Better now.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations to all our speakers this evening for doing a great job. Now, as indicated earlier, my role was to take note of the inappropriate use of cry to applaud all our speakers during this convivial meeting for efficiently using the pause. That said, we had some instances where filler words were used. We had 5+ mentions of pause fillers such as and are. We also had more than 5 mentions of the phrases and also and then. During the table topic speeches, we had 2 mentions of the word actually, okay, and so. We had repetitions of the words of and. Those 2 were highly used. However, in general, all our speakers did a great job. In future, during your speeches, I encourage you, instead of using these inappropriate words, we could just pause and then move on. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbara. We'll move on to our grammarian, DTM Beverly Nambozo.
As the grammarian, I was not only looking at what you said, but how you said it. What was your approach to the language used? It's not just what you cook, but how you cook it, how you present it. And I must say, this meal was pleasant. The journey was convivial. You made my life easy. From the president, how she spoke in such a convivial manner, using the word of the day well, and introducing us to a brilliant word, vivacious, which one of the ladies, the guests, vivacious Vanessa, also used after musical chairs. Well done there. SAA had an assertive tone, which I really appreciated. The Toastmaster Harriet, well-paced, they approached the session with such excellent transition, triplicate, and really, really lifted us. I also appreciated that every time she spoke, there was a smile and her words were easier to listen to. Table topics, Brenda. She connected us with her head and her heart, and all the table topic speakers did the same. And that's important. Just don't connect with your head, but also your heart. Patricia Nantes has started with a quote, master of your own ship, and that always helps us to connect further with our speech. For the main speakers, I'll start with Kezi. Kezi, in an unbiased opinion, wonderful to see you again. I will say that you have such a sonorous voice, pleasant to listen to. You used great phrases like trajectory, relatability, uncoming, culminated, and your pronunciation of honored. Thank you for not saying honored. Appreciate that. Again, how you said it, convivial and really excellent. Brenda Pitcho, bodacious Brenda. I not only looked at what people said, but what they mentioned in the chat, and she called herself Audacious Brenda. I love alliteration as a poet. Other great alliterative uses, Marvelous Marvin and Vivacious Vanessa. Well done for that. It was pleasant to listen to. The way I listen to words is always, I'm looking for the music. I'm looking for that spark. I'm looking for something that will make me sit up and write about. And there was a lot to write about. But I have a feeling the timer is about to send me a green or yellow flash. A few corrections. When we have more than 2 people we're voting for, we don't say better, we say best. Better is only for comparative purposes, but because there were more than 2, we're voting the best speaker. And it's not only KTM, Toastmasters all over Uganda make that error. And if you are quoting somebody, please mention the source of the quote. Master of your own ship comes from Invictus. As a writer, I'm keen about people mentioning where they received certain phrases from. Well done again. It was a pleasant journey. I enjoyed listening to this. And Viola, again, 2 words that she said, which I want us to go with, the oxymoron, overworked and underpaid. Oxymorons always add a flair to whatever you're saying. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Beverly. Always amazing with that role. I'll now move over to the timer. Stella, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Unfortunately, not play my video. I am using my phone and having very big. We did well on the speakers who went a little bit above the time that we had. The icebreaker, Kezia's speech went up by 3 minutes. She exceeded her time. And Viola went up over her time of 4 minutes by 6 seconds. Otherwise, I missed out on the table topics, but what I picked out was we were within the time that we had scheduled. And for the reporting, on the evaluation, you'll have, forgive me, Brenda took exactly 3 minutes, while Paul was over 3 minutes by 11 seconds. Grammarian, Beverly, in your reporting, you were just 40 seconds, went over 2 minutes by 40 seconds. Otherwise, so far we have been doing well on time. And that is my report.
Thank you. Thank you, Stella, for sharing the report despite the circumstances. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you too.
You're welcome. I'll now proceed to share my report as the general evaluator for this meeting. Again, as general evaluator, I was taking note not only when the meeting started, but even before the meeting started, because my role as general evaluator is to provide a helpful feedback that could also help with arrangement and organization of future meetings. To begin with, before the meeting started, the meeting room was opened early. People were able to come in quite in time, and they were welcomed. And I appreciate the fact that people came in good time. They had the time to test the screens and set up. The agenda was also shared on the groups. The attendance, I must take note, was really good. And that I must appreciate the PR, the publicity, for designing a very good flyer that was shared, and people managed to come for the meeting. So thank you, KTM, Kampala Toastmasters, and well done. The meeting began on time, and this is when I get into evaluating the people on the program. And I must begin, I want to begin with the Sergeant at Arms, SAA Patricia. I think, Patricia, you are excellent. You are an amazing SAA. You are right on top of your game. You were in control. At exactly 6:30, you started the meeting right on time. You shared the meeting etiquette. And even through the meeting, I loved the displays. I've not seen that at any meeting. I don't know whether it's me who has not been attending meetings, but I felt that was really nice, creative, beautiful, well-branded, really nice. Keep it up. And even at the time of the poll, I must appreciate that you made an effort to reach out to me as the host of the meeting to try and run the poll. And even when that failed, I almost was going to give an apology that we couldn't run the poll, but you coordinated with the Toastmaster of the day and you managed to improvise. Excellent, well done, keep it up. Moving on to the president, who started by welcoming the guests and the Toastmasters and introduced the Toastmaster of the day. Something that I would just like to recommend in future is that while the Toastmaster of the day is the one who builds up all the other role takers, the only time the Toastmaster of the day gets to be recognized is when the president is recognizing her, is when the president is inviting her. So I would recommend in future that the president gets a profile of the Toastmaster of the day to build her up and prepare the audience to welcome the meeting host. And that is the Toastmaster of the day. Overall, well done, President. Moving on now to the Toastmaster of the day, Harriet. You are a great meeting host. You kept the meeting flowing and your preparation was evident. You were enthusiastic. Your smile was, it just kept the meeting please pardon me, but it just kept, I attempted, thank you, Baldwin. Yes, it kept the meeting really at its best. I loved the music chairs. And I also liked that you provided an opportunity for people to interact, okay? So a bit vulnerable here. I wanted to go to the bathroom and I feared that I may be called for the meeting chair. So I was really relieved when you said, okay, now you can just chat. Well done, thank you so much. And probably I was not alone, okay? I enjoyed so many things that you did. You had very helpful interjections in there that made the meeting really flow at its best. One thing that I would just recommend at the point when you were inviting the role takers, my thinking and feeling is that the table topics could be invited to introduce her role at the time of doing the table topics. Why? There are people who come in the course of the meeting, and at the point of table topics, they might have missed what table topics is about and how to approach it. So that way we save time, but also it comes in handy because she introduces the role when she's actually going to do it. Moving on to the table topics, Brenda, you did an excellent job. You had very creative topics. You allowed the participants to come in and participate. You really made it fun. You educated us on why table topics and how to approach it, which I thought is a very good thing. One area that I would recommend for improvement is to avoid a situation where you call on someone and they are either not ready or they just don't want. For an online meeting, in a physical meeting, you can see people, so you will tell them, come forward. But in an online meeting, which may not be possible, yes, you can see them, but some may not share. It would help to ask people who would like to participate so that you can flow seamless, as opposed to calling on someone and they are just either not switching on or they have probably left the meeting, but it shows that they are online. I hope that is quite understood, but that's just what I felt. Moving on to the evaluators. And maybe, well, as general evaluator, I don't quite talk about speeches. My focus is on the evaluators because the evaluators will have evaluated the speeches. Brenda, excellent. You were enthusiastic, you were warm, you provided this calm environment for Kezi to deliver her speech. It was her first speech and you gave her very good feedback. I just want to add on one thing that I felt Kezi did really well that impressed me as a meeting participant. At the point when she told the story of how this thing burst, that was an excellent way of telling the story. You prepared us and then brought us to that moment, and I could feel that everyone was hooked, everyone was touched. That is a great attribute of a storyteller. Keep it up. Brenda, you provided helpful evaluation to Kezi. You used the sandwich method. You gave her good recommendation. One just thing I would like to add is the timer mentioned that she went beyond her time by 3 minutes, and yet she thought she was in time. I think in future, evaluators could reach out to the timer in advance and find out, because that is important feedback that you need to give to her so that in the next speech, she can prepare and be within her time. Overall, well done, Brenda. Paul, excellent evaluation to Viola. The recommendations, I certainly agree. And one thing I also want to commend for both evaluators is that you not only gave evaluations, but you did evaluator speeches. You had a beginning, a body, and a conclusion. Well done. The accounter, I like the fact that you paid close attention. I also noticed that you used the content that was shared for preparation. And for all of us, the preparation is evident. You used words like more than 5, because when you are told that you did 13 pause fillers, that ceases to be more encouraging. It almost tends towards depressing. So when you use more than 5, it's enough for me to know that I need to work on my pause fillers. You also educated us and recommended that rather than using pause fillers, we could pause. What I thought you could do better, an area of recommendation would be, you mentioned that there was overuse of the word actually, okay, and so. I think at this point, it would help to say, Jesse, you tend to use the word actually, because this may be a blind spot for me. I may not know that I use the word actually. So when you call me out in a helpful way, not a judgmental way, when you help me to understand that my crutch word is actually, then I pay close attention to it. So I hope the people who use actually, okay, and so, we are able to know that they are the ones, but it would help to attach the name so that they know that this is something they need to work on. And now to the grammarian. Beverly, I think Kampala Toastmasters, you couldn't have got a better grammarian. I will tell you this, because Beverly, her strength is grammar, if I could say. She's just good with words. She's good with English. She's just good with this thing. And so Beverly, well done. You called us our attention to a number of things. You paid attention to every speaker, not only to what they said, but to how they said it. And that is what language is all about. So overall, I would say this has been an excellent meeting. Keep it up. Maintain the spirit of attending meetings. Let's continue to invite guests. Well done, Kampala Toastmasters. This is an excellent meeting. I will hand back to your Toastmaster of the day as you take this to a landing.
Thank you so much, our distinguished Toastmaster who was an evaluator today. Very convivial is the word. Meeting. You have let us know that it has been that kind of meeting. And just before we go to the last part of our meeting, I would like us to vote for the best, I've been corrected, the best evaluator. The best evaluator, we had 2 evaluators. We had
when there are only 2, it's better. It's better if there are only 2, better. More than 2, best.
Okay, I got it wrong. Okay, better. Sorry about that. Thank you, Bev. Thank you, Bev, for reminding me. So let us vote for our better evaluator. We had 2 evaluators. We had Brenda Picho and Paul Kavuba. We'll just take 1 minute to vote. And again, please send your vote to our SAA, Patricia Kathy Tusubira. Look for her name in the participants bar and please DM her the better evaluator, Brenda Picho or Paul Kavuma. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, again, for that excellent evaluation of our meeting. We are leaders here who are always ready to learn. There's always something new to learn. I have learned so much. I've been involved in public speaking for quite a while, but I've learned so much today. And I'm sure most of us on this call have learned a lot. As we get the better evaluator, I'd like again to recognize Baldwin as our best table topic speaker. And a round of applause to Baldwin. Your award is on the way. Now that we are virtual, please remember when we get back to our physical meetings to remind me that I have an award for you and you have received your certificate. I'm sure our SAA will send it over. Okay, I think what we'll do, we'll go to the next part of our meeting, which is the induction of our new members. And then at the very end, we can get who is our best evaluator. And so at this point, I'd like to hand over to our esteemed president of the Kampala Toastmasters Club, Madame Shamim Nirere. Over to you to take us through the next session.
Wow, 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 wow. What a convivial meeting it has been today. Let's all unmute or use those icons to give a round of applause to all our speakers, evaluators, and our Toastmaster of the evening. That was an awesome job, TMOD Harriet. Indeed, a new day has come. A new day comes with fresh opportunities, fresh chances of learning. It comes with new, renewed energy. At Kampala Toastmasters Club, our mission is to provide a supportive and positive experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting into greater self-confidence and personal growth. That's what Toastmasters is about. And today we have an absolute honor to induct 8 new members to Kampala Toastmasters Club. Please give us those icons of hand claps. Don't unmute, just give us the icon. It's such a great milestone. 8 new members coming to this environment to better their personal growth. And today we want to give them a promise that we are here to support them. So we are all going to participate in this activity, and you'll all, if you have the induction document, please follow with us. The SA is going to share something. Okay, so thank you so much. Please keep that screen on. I would like our members, I hope all our guests are on call right now. Fellow Toastmasters, it's now our duty and privilege to induct 8 members to our Kampala Toastmasters Club. This is an important occasion, both for new members and for our club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership. And we now have an opportunity to help them learn, grow, and achieve. I will now call on our new members forward. In this case, I will ask them to activate their video if they are on call. Please withhold all your applause until the ceremony is completed. I'll call their names following the slide on screen, and I'll call upon Barbara Katsabe. Barbara, are you on call? Then I will call upon Stella. Thank you. I'll call upon Stella Ndiwarana.
Yes.
Then I'll call upon Claire Businje.
Yes, I am on the call.
I'll call upon Winnie Kinshaba.
On call.
I'll call upon Emily B. Adrolu.
Yes, I am on the call.
I'll call upon Diana A. Wanyama.
Yes, I am on the call.
Thank you. Next slide, please. I'll then call upon Yasin Asimwe. Yasin Asimwe, are you on call? Okay, then I'll call upon Diana Wanyama. Diana, I've already called her. Okay, I think that's pretty much all our members. So I'm going to ask you.
Kezi Katabara.
Oh yeah, and Kezi Katabara. Kezi, are you still on call? Okay, it's wonderful to see your beautiful faces on call. So you are joining a worldwide organization that has helped more than 4 million people learn to communicate more effectively. As members of the Kampala Toastmasters Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are dedicated to helping one another in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. Madam Vice President Education, have these new Toastmasters members been given the opportunity to discuss their needs and goals with the club? Have they been told how the Toastmaster program works and informed of the many benefits that they will receive as well as obligations of their membership?
Madam President, yes, they have.
Okay. Who have been assigned as mentors of these new members? I would like to call upon the mentors. If you are mentoring our new members, please, I would like to know you. I'll go first. I am mentoring Adroru Emily Brenda and Barbara Katsabe. Can I have other mentors tell us who they are mentoring? Yes, Juliana.
Madam President. Oh, please. Juliana first.
I'm mentoring, Madam President, I am mentoring Winnie Kinshaba and Yasin Asimwe.
Thank you very much, Juliana. Yes, Harriet Ositi.
I am mentoring Kezi Katabara, Stella Ndiwalana, Patricia Subira.
Okay, thank you. Do we have other mentors? We had a mentor for Claire Businje, and that was our former club secretary, and they are still in touch, but everybody at Kampala Toastmasters is ready to support our new members. Okay, so in this case, I would like to ask our new members to still spotlight their videos, activate your videos. In this case, you're not going to stand, but you're going to spotlight your video. As experienced Toastmasters, and this is for all of us on the call, as experienced Toastmasters who are mentoring our new members, you have been asked to help our new members to get off to a good start. Do you accept this responsibility and pledge to share your knowledge and experience with our new members so that they can immediately begin from their Toastmasters, so they can immediately benefit from their Toastmasters membership? This is for the mentors. This is for Juliana, this is for Harriet Ositi, for myself, and for all the mentors on the call, for our new members. Do you all pledge to support our members?
Yes, I
do.
Okay,
yes, I do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Madam
much.
President,
yes.
Madam President, may I also mention that I am mentoring Diana Akulu Wanyama.
Okay, thank you very much, VPE and our IPP, Harriet Ositi. So this is to our new members. You're now our new members to Kampala Toastmasters Club. So membership in this club and in Toastmasters International is a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet it presses certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in the spirit of enjoyment. This means you must diligently work towards your own self-development, evaluate other speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goals, remain positive, and keep a smile on your face. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourselves to personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help keep the Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. Please, so right now you're going to affirm your words. Yes, all our new members, you're going to repeat these words. If you have the script of induction, please, you're going to follow these words. So let's, yes, they've shared it here. Okay, please, let's read this pledge to the new members. Where there is new member's name, put your name and please say it. So we're going to go one by one and let's say first, according to the display. We would like to give you, each one of you, 1 minute to say this pledge. So let me call upon Yasin Asimwe. Please go first and repeat this pledge that's on the screen. Yasin, are you on call? Okay, let's have Barbara Katsabe. Please read this pledge.
I, Barbara Katsabe, in the presence of the Kampala Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation. 1, to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment. To apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program. To participate actively in club activities. To evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner. To build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters. Thank you.
Madam President, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you very much, Barbara Katsabe. Next, we would like to have Diana Wanyama, who will be followed by Kezi Katabara. Over to you, Diana.
Madam Chair, I, Diana Akulu Wanyama, in the presence of the Kampala Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation. 1, to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment. 2, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program. To participate actively in club activities. To evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner. To build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can gain the benefits of the Toastmasters. Thank you.
I, Kezi Katabara, in the presence of Kampala Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Kezi. At this point, we'd like to listen from Stella Ndiwalana, and next will be Winnie Chinshawa. Over to you, Sarah. Okay, let's have Winnie Chinshaba. Okay. Emily Adrolu, are you on call?
Yes, I am.
Please go ahead.
I, Adrolu Emily Brenda, in the presence of Kampala Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the project outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefit of Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Adrolu Emily. At this point, I would like to hear from Yasin. Yasin, are you on call? Okay. I would like to ask if Sarah Ndiwarana and Winnie Chinshaba, are they on call now? SAA?
Can I read mine?
Yes, please.
Okay. I, Stella Ndiwalana, in the presence of Kampala Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters in class, to evaluate in a constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Yasin, are you on call? SAA, do we have Winnie Chinshaba and Yasin Asimwe on call?
Yasin is on call, but I think Yasin is having network problems. However, I see Chinshaba on the call.
You don't see Winnie?
No, I do not see Winnie on the call.
Okay, thank you very much. Our new members of Kampala Toastmasters Club, you're now. Yes.
Madam President, I'm back. I'm experiencing some network issues. Now I'm back.
Sorry about that, Yasin. Are you able to give your pledge? I also noticed Claire is around. Please, Yasin, over to you. Okay, I guess Yasin is still experiencing technical issues. Can we have Brenda, no, Claire Businje? Yes, Claire Businje, are you on call?
Yes, I am.
Please go ahead and read your pledge.
I, Claire Businje, in the presence of the Kampala Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the projects outlined in the Toastmasters education program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can gain the benefits of Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Claire Businje. We look forward to walking this journey with you. Lastly, I would want to find out if Winnie Chinshaba is on call and Yasin Asimwe before we proceed. SAA?
Yeah, I'm on call.
Yasin,
Can you
please.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I, Yasin Asimwe, in the presence of Kampala Toastmasters Club, make this firm obligation to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment, to apply myself to the project outlined in the Toastmaster Education Program, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationship with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yasin, for that. Lastly, I would want to know if Winnie Chinshaba is on call, dear SAA.
Unfortunately, I still do not see Winnie Kinshaba on the call.
Okay, thank you very much, our new members. And at this point, we, the members of Kampala Toastmasters Club, we want to give you the pledge. We want to pledge support. And at this point, I would like to request all Toastmasters of Kampala Toastmasters Club to be ready to say out this pledge with me. Please unmute yourselves and let's all give our support to our new members, okay? So we, the members of Kampala Toastmasters Club,
support you
in your quest for self-development,
support you
with positive
self-evaluation,
to maintain a friendly,
supportive atmosphere,
give you opportunities to help
membership
and
make your Toastmasters membership rewarding and fulfilling
experience. Oh, great job. It's indeed a new day. Not only a new day, but a fresh start for opportunities. Great job, Kampala Toastmasters Club. You are most welcome, our guests. You're now full members of Kampala Toastmasters Club. We pledge to support you, and I want to promise you that you will benefit from this journey. Today, I would like to thank our Toastmaster of the evening for the great meeting, the role takers, for the numbers we have picked at 59. That's great. Thank you so much, team, for making it happen. I would like to remind you that Kampala Toastmasters Club, we meet twice every month. We meet on the last Tuesday of the month and on the first Friday of every month. Please make it a date next time to join as a guest or even as a member. We will give you a positive environment. Yeah. At this point, I would like to also communicate that on the 4th of August, it will be a Wednesday at 8 a.m. in the morning. We shall have our EXCOM monthly meeting. Thank you all for the opportunity for us to have the enjoyment with you today. Thank you so much, our guests. You make our meetings awesome. We love guests so much at Kampala Toastmasters Club, and we love our new members. We look forward to having you again, and we look forward to see you at the end of the crossing line in June next year, when we will be ending our Toastmasters year. Thank you very much. And at this point, I would like to open the meeting to our Toastmaster of the evening or other members before I adjourn the meeting, if there's any business we need to communicate.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Just a small correction. We meet every second Friday and every last Tuesday of the month. Our next meeting will be on the 13th of August, and it's going to be another convivial meeting, because at that meeting, we will be having the Pathways Orientation Program. And our new members and guests will be introduced to the curriculum that has helped many of us become the public speakers that we are. So you cannot afford to miss that meeting on the 13th of August, 2021. I'd also like to again welcome our new members. You're in the right space. It has never been a better time than this. I'd also like to mention on behalf of our treasurer that she is in charge and she can let us know now that she's officially a new member in the club, whether she would like to say something about our dues as members of the Toastmasters Club. Over to you, our treasurer, Diana.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you for this opportunity. It's a good challenge. I didn't think I was going to speak today, but I just want to thank you all for this opportunity. I am your treasurer. My name is Diana Akulu Wanyama. And my role will be making sure that in order for you to become a member, you need to pay your dues. And that will allow you to get access to the system, to follow the pathways of the Toastmaster journey that you would like to get to. We have an account, it's in DFCU Bank. It's such a coincidence that I also work in DFCU Bank, so I guess it will be easy to follow up and do the reconciliations. Yes, so the account number will be shared on the chat. I don't know if anyone has it at hand, but I think we'll share the account number and then you'll be able to pay your dues. The cost is 250,000 for 6 months, and we can agree on a payment plan. I know we are in tough times, but we can discuss your payment plan. Let that amount not discourage you from joining. We can always agree and see how you can pay in bits with us within a certain period of time. But you're welcome. It's a nice place to be. I am happy. I joined last year into this year during the course of the lockdown, and it's a lovely place to be. I am growing, and please come and join me. Let's grow together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Treasurer. You're doing a great job, a great, great job. Thank you so much. And again, we do say you're always welcome to all our guests. Please do get in touch. I'm going to ask that if there are any of you who want to be part of the Toastmasters Club, please write your address. Thank you so much, Patricia. There is the account number. All those who would love to become members or learn a little bit more about Toastmasters, please put your contact in the chat and we will follow you up. I can see Juliana's hand is up. Juliana, do you want to say something? Juliana is our Vice President Membership. Over to you, Juliana. Toastmaster Juliana, are you on the call? Okay,
Madam
she's not on the call.
I think it was a mistake. It's been up for a while.
Ah, okay. Thank you so much. And I'd like to hand over to our president. Over to you, Madam President.
Madam Toastmaster of the Day, before you hand over to the president, we still have to award the better evaluator.
Would you please announce the better evaluator, our SAA of the evening? Thank you.
Okay, so the evaluator, the better evaluator of the day is Brenda Picho. Congratulations, Brenda. I'll be sharing the certificate with you, but a big congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, Patricia, and congratulations to Brenda. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, the indomitable Harriet Ositi, who is our IPP immediate past president and is selfless enough to be our VPE, Vice President Education, for this year. Thank you so much, role takers. Thank you so much, Toastmasters and our dear guests. In Toastmasters, we are mindful of time and we like to keep time. At 1 minute to 8:30, I would like to thank Brenda Petro. I would like to congratulate Brenda Petro as our best evaluator, and I would like to adjourn this meeting. And it's social time.
President,
Could
just
you
one thing.
kindly give us some music? The music that has started. Our meeting is
President.
adjourned. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, President. I just wanted to ask if the guests have filled in the form. I think there was a link going on the chat. I'm not sure if the guests have been able to fill in. Juliana could confirm about that so that the guest details are captured.
Yes, the guests were registering, but let me just post for those who might have joined later.
Okay.
To also
Thank you. Also, take note of those who have shared. I noticed some members, some guests in the chat have indicated that they would like to know more. So just take note of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And last, I'd like to recognize you, our earlier director, for the support, for cheering us up from a few days ago up to this time we've had the meeting. So I'd like to welcome you to our chit chat. Let's just network a bit as we plan to meet here again in August. Thank you very much. Baldwin, thank you for attending.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
We came with a mission to take all our accolades today. Great job.
Definitely.
Thank you, Viola, for your speech. Thank you all to Suvila. Tues, you were amazing. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Timothy Kavma. Thank you,
Madam
Anita.
President.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Juliana.
great job, great job, SAA. Wow, wow, wow.
It was amazing. Thank you, Claire. Claire, we need to.
Thanks, Harriet.
We need to have you sooner. Thank you very much, Anne Bachaita, our guest. Thank you, Lilian Choktunji, our guest. Thank you, our accountant, Barbara Katsabe. Thank you, Winnie Kodawa.
Great job, Madam President. Great job, great job.
Much. You should be our resident music person.
I try.
Thank you very much. I would like to sign out at this point.
Thank you.
Okay, do any of our guests want to say something? Do we have any guests who would like to just let us know where they come from and what they felt about the meeting? Anybody?
I see a hand up.
Yes.
Winnie. Yes, Winnie. Winnie Kodawa.
Good evening. Let me lower my hand.
Good evening, Winnie.
How are you all? I'm logging in from Nairobi, Kenya, and I was really glad. I'm always following you on Twitter. So today I made a reminder to be able to join you, and I've enjoyed the speeches, I've enjoyed the Toastmaster topics, and I've enjoyed the evaluations. I've learned a lot. Thank you so much. Keep on. It was nice to be here, and I look forward to joining you again on the 13th of August.
Thank you so much, Winnie.
Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Winnie. What's your club, Winnie? Which club do you come from?
Kikuyu Toastmasters in Nairobi.
Wow. Please let us know when you meet so that we can also visit. Maybe you can write it in the chat.
Okay, sure, I will.
Yeah, and share with us the link when you do meet.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Is Kezzy, are you still on call? Oh, Kezzy.
Yes, I'm still on the call.
Your speech was amazing. So for you, for what we are seeing now with the space launching for you, it's been like you've been there, seen that.
Thank you. Yeah, I came to Uganda a few years after that. I wasn't in New York for very long. Finished in Kampala, Paris, and went to King's College, Budosa. I did go to school in Uganda. But I think in my nervousness, there are like 2 sentences I wrote in the speech that I didn't say. And those 2 sentences were that it was a culture shock to come to Uganda. The education system to me was just day and night, a shocker. And the other thing was the difference in like the mentality and the norm, just the way things are done. And this is back in the 80s, so really Kampala was a whole different story than it is now. But I managed, I chose home
survived.
Living.
Wow.
Pardon?
You survived.
I survived.
You said
yeah.
sometime back you mentioned that you were a teacher. Sometime back you mentioned that you're a teacher. What do you teach?
A what?
There's sometime back you mentioned that you teach.
I teach my children at home. I've never taught anything.
Wonderful. Your speech was amazing. Oh my God.
Thank you, but the pressure, I don't know what to do. Every time I have to make a speech, I'm going to have to really keep up. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it.
There is about the speech, there's that saying of there's a speech that you've planned for, the one you make, and then the one you should have made.
You wish you had said.
You wish you.
That's true.
Always.
True. That's awesome. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful occasion. I've loved every bit. This is different.
Diana, you gave a very good impromptu speech as the treasurer.
It felt like a table topic.
Hi,
Elizabeth. Thank you.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, how are you? Hello from Kampala Executives. Congratulations on conducting a well-organized meeting.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
You're very welcome. So Kampala Executives meets every first Wednesday and fourth Friday of the month. And this Friday on 30th, we have amazing guest speakers. You don't want to miss.
What time?
Great.
Yes, you're very welcome.
What time?
6 p.m.
Okay.
We will be there. Just send us the link.
Yeah.
We will. Thank you.
And you're a new club. You're a new club, Elizabeth, isn't it?
It is a new club. Initially, it was called Andela, and it was rebranded to Kampala.
Well done, well done.
You're welcome.
Madam President.
Yes.
We need to hire a coach for all of us on the expo to go for their meeting.
What?
Organize a bus.
Yeah, we need to take a chopper to Kampala. No, we need to really support Kampala Executives. You've shown so much resilience. Like, I give you the award of resilience so far. So we'll be there. We'll walk
to Kampala Executive.
Happy to see you there. We'll reserve the front seats for you.
We will. Hi to Suvida.
Okay,
Oh, Vanessa,
people, I want to check out.
Okay.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters.
It was a convivial meeting.
Convivial.
That word.
That one.
Yes. Thank you. VPE,
Bye,
Harriet, before you leave, thank you for making Kampala Toastmasters Club great again. The preparation was evident and kudos. Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate.
We need to borrow a leaf from you.
I'm available anytime. We are available anytime.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.